Welcome to Start a Garage, and this is the Lamborghini Countach by Fires Lego Cars, an alternate build of the Porsche Carrera/Turbo. And this is my custom Stradman edition of that build with quite a few upgrades to bring it a little bit closer to real life. So today I thought we could go through everything that's been done to this car since I've completed it a year ago. And you caught me, you're not experiencing deja vu. I have made a video and a short about this car in the past, and even those videos were over a year ago, so I thought today we could go through all of the upgrades that I've made since then. So without further ado, let's just talk a little bit about where this car came from. The base version of the Countach, in my opinion, is one of the best LEGO sets I've ever seen in general. Really, my only complaint is I wish the back wheels could be a bigger size, but that's a LEGO issue and not a Fires issue, so forgivable. But other than that, I highly recommend this build for any LEGO car collector, especially since the scale and quality fit in perfectly with other creator expert LEGO cars. But here is my take on Fires' platform. This car has gone through a few stages and countless revisions of minor details in order to get it to the place that I was happy with. And basically everything that I've done to this set requires pieces that don't come with the original model. So in my mind, I'm not improving Fires' model, but rather I'm just taking it further than it originally was enabled to. But enough with the nitty and the gritty, let's get into the meat and the potatoes of what is this Lamborghini. So starting out, I'll point out the thing I'm most proud of, which is this Countach is now dressed in triple white. White body, white wheels, and a white interior. The same spec of my favorite content creator ever, Stradman. The triple white theme though is a very recent thing, since basically the entire year that I had this car built, it was a white body with a red interior and just featured the stock gray wheels. But after watching Strad receive his Countach and drive it back to Utah, it inspired me to fully commit to the themed build in honor of our boy's triple white poster chariot. But let's move on from the theme of this car and let's move into some of the more minor and hidden details that truly make this car unique. Starting up front, let's talk about the front bumper, where we've done a few things, including switching out the original fog lights, and I also added the two vents that I guess were maybe air intakes to cool the brakes. And moving just above the front bumper though, these are the new headlights, in which I replaced the stock headlights seen here, and these new headlights are achieved by using rockers and translucent wedges. But moving on from a basically untouched side, let's move on to the back of this car, where there are some significant changes to specific details. The first of which would be these taillights. For context, here are the taillights on the stock model, and here are the taillights on the real Countach, and here are the taillights on my modified Countach. They're not perfect, but I'm definitely pleased with them. And speaking of not perfect, let's move up from the taillights to my completely white spoiler. This is probably my favorite modification to the whole car, since most all Countaches had spoilers painted in the body color. And since the original Countach is an alternate build, it comes with a stock black spoiler. The only thing I couldn't bring myself to do was make it a triangle, since in order to do that, I'd have to have these weird patches of studs that were driving me insane. But by far the coolest thing about the spoiler are the side accents, like the side walls that somewhat match the real life. And since we're in the area of the spoiler, I'll also point out that my local LEGO store actually had these long white arches on the pad wall, so I was able to remove the one with the Rogue Porsche logo. But hiding under the spoiler and in between the wheel wells is a custom OEM style hood over the engine. The hood on the stock model is what motivated me to do the mods in the first place, starting a year ago. And in case you want to know how to build the OEM hood that I have here, I do have this short, which I'll link below. But that's basically it for everything on the exterior. Let's quickly check under the hood before we wrap things up in the interior. So when we lift the hood, we'll find my custom V12 engine first, which is inspired by another creator, which I don't know the name off the top of my head now, but I will put their name here. But also, if you look to the left and the right of the engine, you'll find these new support systems for the intakes in order to keep the intake in the right position with the taillight without the stock mounting points. Because this is the jumbled puzzle, I should say, that is in the stock model in order to give you the proper mounting points for those side intakes. Now let's wrap things up with a couple of awesome interior mods. The doors were the main beneficiary with the addition of the roll-up windows and this triangle white plate that creates a seamless door drop-off while not intruding on the black details of the intake. But the last detail I want to show you are these seats. Since first they were tan, then they were red with black edges, but now they are fitted in all white. I also went the extra mile by acquiring a jade bunny for these perforated 1x2 white bricks to give the seats that cushion look like on the tan. And that is my custom Stradman edition of the Lamborghini Countach by Fira's Lego Cars. And after a year of experimenting, I am very pleased with the results. If you liked today's video, definitely drop a like, subscribe for more, stay creative, peace.